6 years now.
Well, speaking of volunteers, do you have volunteers that help out here?
We have some wonderful volunteers that come and they help care for the animals. They help scoop litter boxes. We actually have even, currently our youngest volunteer right now is 15.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice young man. He comes every Saturday and helps scoop litter boxes. We have someone who's apparently not happy about a toy back there.
They're fighting over their toys.
Yeah.
They don't want to share. And there's so much in here, I just can't imagine them wanting one little toy.
There's catnip involved. I'll just leave it at that.
But so volunteers you have plenty, or do you always need volunteers?
We can always use more volunteers. Even some stuff people don't think they're doing a big thing, even like to help put flyers out to say, hey, we exist.
Right, right.
Even like helping pick up like donations. We do get donations from some wonderful pet stores.
That's wonderful.
Even helping to bring donations down to us and things like that.
Right. Now, do you work with the SPCA, the county's SPCA at all?
Yeah, we did more in the past when we were doing a lot more kitten and cat adoptions. We focus more on the special needs animals now, but we would pull animals from SPCA in Annapolis and various animal controls around the area. There was about 12 different ones on the East Coast that we worked with directly, and other smaller shelters that would get animals like leukemia positives that they would normally have to euthanize, and we'd help out by taking them.
Right. And so let's just say somebody they get on your website, they see these lovely animals and they see some special needs animals, or just someone that they fall in love with. What do? Do they email you? Do they call you? What's the best way to go about adopting an animal here?
Either email or they can call us, either one, whichever is more convenient. We set up an appointment to have them and their family, depending on obviously how many people are involved, come down and meet the animal. We talk to them. We find out more of what their what their lifestyle is like. Do they have little kids? Do they have big dogs? Even like possibly what their work hours are. Things like that.
Make sure they're compatible.
Yeah, we try to make the best possible match for both the person, the family, and the cat, or if it's a dog, the dog involved. For example, we do have a couple of cats here that are absolutely terrified of dogs. So if someone tells me they have two big Great Danes, I'm not going to say, I know you might love this cat, but I don't think it's going to work.
And it's amazing to me just how well you know each of these animals. Every time we walk through or someone walks by us, you know them by name, you know their personality, you know their history. That's a lot of animals to keep up with. I mean, that's amazing. You can tell there's a lot of love here.
Yeah, she always jokes that she can't remember my name, but we remember all the animals.
Sometimes we screw each other up, but it's
so
like
if somebody says, okay, this is the cat, it's a good match, then what happens? Is there a waiting period? Are there forms?
Yeah, well, we're ex-government workers, so we love our paper and our forms. That whole paperless thing, not going to happen.
Yeah.
There is. We do have an adoption application. Again, it's to more find out, how you plan on taking care of the cat.
Sure.
Like I said, your future plans, how often do you travel, things like that. We do, like I said, there is a waiting period. Yep, there goes Mystic again. There is a waiting period, and like I said, and it's not, it's more or less to see if you do rent your home. Oops.
Mystic says, I want to get some of this action, but
Here, I'll hold her.
But on my terms. Okay, now she's going to take off. But so then, as we were continuing, the match is made, and then the paperwork is completed, and then the animal gets to go home.
Yeah, and before they go home, there are microchips. They're spayed or neutered.
That's awesome.
Obviously they're tested for leukemia, FIV, and they're treated for parasites. Obviously, they're very current on all of their vaccines and things like that. And then they go home. Like I said, we give a sample of the food they've been eating, the vet records. We send some information home on how to introduce your cat to your new to its new home. And of course, they all get a little mouse toy to play with.
Oh.
To go home with them. Yes.
Well, I know this is a big facility, so what other room are we going to visit today?
Well, we can go over to actually our intake area, which is Hal's Hangout.
Okay. We'll just start over there and see what we can find out and see who we can visit with. Okay, so now we're in the intake room. Is that correct, Kathy?
Yes, it is.
And tell me a little bit about this room.
This room is where newcomers to the shelter initially come in. This is where they spend their first 14 days or so in these cages here and behind here. This is where we make sure that we get all their medical needs taken care of, vaccinations, make sure they're healthy, make sure that they have nothing that's going to be contagious to any of our other residents.
And we noticed that we have a lot of little,
We have some
little,
help here.
little stars being born at our
Little
feet.
Noel.
So this is just like animals and children. You just never know what they're going to do. How long do they stay in this room?
It depends. If everything goes okay with their initial incoming stuff, they can be about, like I said, it's about 14 days. And then if they are special needs, we will move them to one of the appropriate area. A few of them actually luck out and get to stay in here. For example, Miss Noel
Oh, how cute.
Pretty.
was actually, she got
Gilbert.
her name because she was around the holidays.
Oh, and she's up for adoption?
She actually has an adoption pending.
Oh, wonderful. And she's how old?
She's about 14 weeks.
How precious.
yeah,
a tiny
she's-
little thing and very sweet. And so I noticed that some of these cats in here look very comfortable. Will there be cats that stay in here for the long term?
Yes, there are. For example, Ziggy, who's decided to sleep through everything over here. She was originally sent to us from the Annapolis SPCA. She had been turned in there, I believe, because her family had had a baby or something like that. I don't know all the details. And she was actually one of the favorite cats up there. And unfortunately, they said, we have to keep her in a cage here or up there. So.
Yeah.
They actually asked us if we could take her, and she's been with us for a couple of years now. And
feels more comfortable in this room instead of the other room.
She loves her sunny perch where she
Yeah.
can look out over our fish pond and look out the window, watch the birds and the squirrels.
And Bob had made an interesting point earlier on when we were transferring to different rooms. Cats are like people. Sometimes they come with emotional baggage, and y'all take the cats that nobody wants, or that have either physical or mental kind of issues. And I thought Bob's point was so well put, that if you take the time to get to know the animal and have patience, you can help them recover from that, and then they make wonderful pets.
They do.
And here they can do that. I've seen that. It's wonderful. It's very impressive.
Well, this is a typical kitten. She's ready to party.
Yeah, she's going to look into everything. Now, let's talk about the book a little bit. I'm
Okay.
just so proud that y'all have
have it right
published
here.
this book. It's impressive. And tell us, how can our viewers purchase this?
You can connect basically through our website, can connect you to our publisher, which is authorhouse.com. It's also available on amazon.com. And the other thing I'll mention, if you've read the book and you like it, give us a good rating on Amazon. It basically helps us be viewed and noticed by more people.
And it's called The Best Little Cat House in Maryland.
Yes,
The
it
Best
is.
Little Cat House in Maryland. It's just incredible. And as I said earlier, when you get on the website, it's so user-friendly, and they're little excerpts from the book, and it just makes you want to find out more about the stories behind some of these animals that are here. It's an incredible little book. It's a quick read. It's very affordable, and it'd make a great gift for any time.